We had a week break off. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Tonight we got on Josue, aka Josh Echavarria.
What's going on?
We're gonna get him on in a couple of minutes here. A lot of things went down, man, past week, man. That had a big race down in Florida. A lot of guys
Yep.
going fast down there.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can get Josue on the horn here. Yo, Josue, what's going on, man? What's going on, Josh?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Big week, man. You guys had a lot of fun in Florida past week.
We had a lot of fun and hot as fuck, though.
Yeah, guys are back.
Florida,
Finally, you're back behind the wheel, man. After a long
though.
time.
Yeah. It's been a minute, man. I mean, it's been one thing after another, man. But like, this is the first event we actually do in about 2 years since the
Yep.
UK got started.
After many setbacks.
Yeah.
Not
Absolutely
just
right about-
one, just one thing after the other, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, everything happens for a reason, I guess. But it worked out the way it needed to work out. But yeah, setbacks is one thing. I mean, it's been pretty rough.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, well, talk to us, man. Start us off. Start us off from day one, man. How you got into this and who you are, and give us the whole build up on this.
All right. I mean, I'm Josue Echavarria, also known as Josh mostly. I've been racing cars since I've been working on them since '99. Goes to show my age. I'm an old motherfucker. Been racing since '01 on the street and stuff, and then I know Damien, which is the owner of TD Auto Works, Bellic Industries also. Me and him go way back from street racing days. And that's how we actually met, and then, we were always cool and stuff. And when he opened up TD Auto Works, I was probably like his second customer ever. I had back then. This is probably, when TD Auto Works were open, which I don't remember. I suck at years and numbers and stuff, but I had an Integra K-swap turbo back when K-swaps were like new, like magic and shit, I guess.
Yeah.
So he did all the intercooler piping and stuff like that, and he'd always help me out. And whenever he needed help with his car, I'd help him out. And
So he
that's
was
how it worked.
he was a fabricator back
Like
then.
magic and shit, I guess. No,
Yeah.
what the T and the D comes from a guy named Tony, which was a fabricator, and D
Okay.
is for Damien, and that's how TD started, and then Damien eventually, I guess, bought him out or whatnot. Now it's just they kept the name though, but the T out of TD was he was doing fabrication at the time. They still do fabrication now, but Damien's not a per se. He doesn't fabricate. I mean, he just ran the shop and the business side of it and the parts and all that stuff. He still does now, but so he did all the piping and stuff in my car, and like I said, we knew each other mostly from street racing days and stuff. He had, that white EK that got stolen. It
Yeah.
was great, but he's had that car for a minute. I mean, that car. That's why it wasn't just that it got stolen. Besides that, it was a lot of sentimental value because he's had that car from, like I said, that car. Damien used to be an all-motor guy.
I remember that car when I was in Miami, man. I saw it in Moroso, and
Exactly.
I seen it when it was pretty much a few years old, the car. So
Yeah, exactly. He used to have a big fucking sign on the back when it said all-motor and the faggot and stuff, So, but then, then he saw the light. And I think that the way he saw a light, I had the same Integra. I had a red Integra for JDM front end. I had a B-Series turbo. And on the way home one night, we were racing from West Palm. And I give him props, man. He used to put his slicks, his jack, and drive to Moroso, mount his tires and make passes and then drive it back home.
go back home.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've been in it for a while. And, one day we decided to race, and I was turbo, and he was all motor. And, after that, he saw the light. And next, 2 weeks later, he was fucking turbo. So, but I mean, that car goes way back, man. And then he had it for a while. He started racing NHRA when I was around. And
The car
eventually-
changed hands, right? The car changed hands a few times, or
Yeah, actually, he sold it to me. I bought the car from him, and I made it. It was a B series car. He sold me the chassis, and I put a K in it. And I used to drive it to work and everything, and street race it, and take it to the track, and whatever. And then eventually he bought it back from me, and whatever. I mean, we've always been involved with each other as far as that goes. And then, he built the car. He got serious with it and went to K, back to K series, and then I started driving the car from him. And it's been like that ever since.
how did you guys get to that point where you started driving the car for good? That it became a solid deal.
Um, I guess I mean Damien, he would drive the car, but I guess I
Say
guess
the
it could be
truth. Come
better.
on, you don't got to
I
hold
mean,
back. If he
he's not the
couldn't
best.
drive, he'd probably say, you know what, this guy probably drives better than me, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess somehow, some way that we figured that out. I mean, it's not a secret.
Got the secret
and
sauce on
so I mean, I started driving the car for him. He actually had another driver at one point, and there was one event, and I don't remember. It's like a lot of guys from New York. Sees the champ came down, and all that stuff. And he had another driver who was supposed to drive the car, and he had family issues, and he couldn't make it. So he just asked me, "Hey, can you step in?" And I did.
it.
And actually, it was the first time I drove that car, that kind of horsepower. And I was comfortable with that, but the car had issues with the axles and the differential, and it was pulling all over the place. I mean, I almost hit the wall then,
Yeah.
and whatever. But after that, I mean, we just kept doing it, and after that, we just started traveling, started going to Maryland and going to the outlaw races. We were running the 26-inch tires at the time, and we just started traveling, man. It used to be, me, him, and an open trailer, throw the generator inside the car, put our tools in there. I mean, that's
Yeah,
how we did it, man.
that car went through a lot of phases, man. I saw you guys go from
It
24 and a
went,
halves to 26s, back to 24s,
yeah,
to,
yeah,
up and down from the B
yeah.
to the K. It was going all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, once we went from the B2 to K, we stuck with the K. I mean, we went from a K24 to a K20. We ran, I mean, for a couple of years, we ran a K24, and then now we're currently in a two liter. Um, but I mean, yeah, it went through a lot, man. I mean, that car, like I said, so when it got stolen, it wasn't just because it was a race car. It was, like I said, there was a lot of history between not only just me and Damien, but with Damien alone. Like I said, he used to drive that car every day to work. That was his street car from back in the day. I mean,
Yeah, I seen him, man. I witnessed this. I saw him drive
yeah,
up to the track with the car, and
exactly. I mean, he
yeah,
used to race that thing on Bird Road. I mean, on A Street, we used to race that. I mean, it just, like I said, it sucks in a sense because I mean we knew the chassis was starting to get tired in a sense because like after every season we'd have to send it to the body shop because like the body would like start splitting into seams like in the wheel wells like
yeah,
in the far like it was old and it was an old car but at the end of the day we patched her up together and we went back out. It didn't always drive straight but it kept me off the wall but I mean whatever like it was a good car man. There's a lot of great memories in that car man traveling and meeting a lot of friends, and it was a great car, man. Like as far as that goes, it
well,
wasn't the fastest, but I mean, we had fun, man. That's it.
how did it go from jumping in the Hondas to going to I'm jumping forward. Hold on, I want to go back because I was already going forward into something else.
Yeah,
The people that don't know, that car was recently stolen, that EK, and
right.
you guys had to switch hands to two different cars since the EK.
Yeah,
Now, to get to this point, I wasn't able to get any photos up so I could show the guys, but that car itself was dismembered. They stole it. They stole the
yeah,
entire trailer. I'll let you tell the whole story. What happened? Because I'm sure the public wants to know what happened, man. When you guys came down and you saw that fucking trailer was missing, you said, "Holy shit!"
um, yeah. I mean, it was pretty brutal. I mean, it's gonna be about 2 years, and it was October 2014 now. Um, don't quote me on that because like I said, my memory sucks. With dates and stuff, but basically, that's not me. No fires here.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay, so
Speak your mind,
basically,
bro. Speak your mind.
we were going to an Orlando event, just like what happened this weekend, and we got there Friday night. Where we're gonna act. We usually go. We're gonna get there Friday night and test, but it rained out that Friday night, so they closed the track early. So usually, we left a little later than usual Friday. So we got, by the time we got to the track, since because of the rain, the track was actually closed a little early. We got there, I think, I want to say like around 8 or 9. So we had to take the trailer to our hotel. And that's, honestly, that wasn't a big issue because we've taken our trailer. I mean, we've traveled all the time. We've taken our trailer plenty of times to hotels, and it's never been an issue. We
Yeah.
never would have thought someone would steal it or whatever. Or we just never really thought about it. We made sure everything's locked up and
Was it
all
on
that
the
stuff.
goose,
But
or did you guys leave the trailer? You just left the bed parked, and you guys took off in the truck.
no, it was hooked up to my truck. So whatever. I mean, we I parked. I remember I was the one to park the truck and trailer in the parking lot while Damien was checking in the hotel, and that was it. You know, we went upstairs. You know, went to sleep. I didn't think anything of it. Next morning, you know, we're going downstairs to leave, and we're walking outside, and I turned the corner. I mean, obviously Damien didn't park the trailer or truck, so he didn't really know what it was. He was following me. And, you know, we turned the corner and fuck, I just saw my truck with no trailer. I was like, what the fuck? You know, I just stopped in my tracks and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I said that, like, literally, like, out loud. And he's like, what happened? And I was like, dude, the trailer's gone. He's like, no fucking way. And, cause, you know, he didn't know where it was. I was like, dude, look, that's my truck. There's no trailer back there. And that's how it started, man. I mean, that was a fucking, that was a
Yeah, I could
fucking
only
awful
imagine,
weekend.
man. That must
And
have felt like,
besides that, I sold my Mustang, the 2JZ Mustang, the black one.
yeah.
I sold the Mustang that week also. So I had taken a deposit on the car, and the agreement was with the new buyer was, you know, we're gonna meet halfway. This guy's coming from Dallas, so the halfway point for me and Dallas, we agreed to meet up like in Panama City. So he gave me a deposit for the car, and so you know the agreement was like that Monday to meet up with the Mustang in Panama City. So man, it was a long fucking weekend, dude. So we spent Saturday and Sunday trying to look for the car, and then I had to go back home, and I took my kids with me to the track. They're at my mom's house because you know usually when I go to the Orlando events, my mom lives up there, and like you know they go watch me whatever race and stuff. So my kids were up there, and they had to go to school Monday, and then Damien's fiance was there also. She had to work Monday, so I had to take everyone home, borrow a trailer, Sunday night, load up the Mustang by myself because Damien was still in Orlando trying to like follow leads and stuff and find the car, and load up the Mustang and fucking go to Panama City. Like you know, I didn't sleep for 24 hours at least, and then make the deal with that and then head back home. It was just a disaster, bro. Like in every form. You know, it was rough.
So, from the time the car got stolen to
Hmm.
when the car was found, how long was it?
The car got stolen on a Saturday morning, and we found the car. If I remember correctly, I think we found it that Sunday, the following Sunday or Monday.
And it was in pieces, right?
It was in pieces. I'm not gonna say how we found it because that's you know kind of
Ah,
private.
gotcha.
But we found the car, and you know that you know it goes from there.
What about the trailer? I mean, not
The
just
trailer we
the
weren't the trailer we weren't too concerned about because it was insured. It was insured for the trailer, not the contents.
gotcha.
So we didn't really, you know, if we found the trailer, great. If we didn't find the trailer, like whatever. You know,
Because
it
you know a
wasn't a
lot of
big deal.
people just see the car and stuff, but I'm sure you
Yeah,
guys you had at least a box or two with you. Uh,
I mean our entire race program was in there. I mean, we had our tools. I mean, literally, what we do is we roll the toolbox out of Damien's. I mean, Damien has his shop. I have my shop. I have a Toyota Works Service Center, and Damien has TD Auto Works. So when we go racing, we literally push Damien's entire toolbox into the trailer, and that's the tools we use. So Damien's like shop was essentially in that trailer, and on top of that, we had a backup motor in there, all our backup parts, like everything we own as far as backup parts. You know, we had everything in that trailer. Like when we go to a race, typically, you know, all your spare parts are in there. So it wasn't just a car, you know, it wasn't just a trailer. It was the tools, it was the spare parts, you know, we had spare clutch, axles, a whole like a long block, you know, everything,
yeah.
like every. So when they took that stuff from us, I mean, we had literally had nothing, not even tools to work on anything, you know, and
So
so it was.
it didn't affect you racing wise. This cut right into your livelihood.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, go Damien's livelihood. I mean, it's for Damien's shop. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, but still, it's still, you know, he's like my brother. So at the end of the day, you know, it affects all of us. You know, and
Yeah.
you know, it just sucked. You know, it just sucked. So I mean, it was a big deal, man. At the end of the day, like you know, it's I don't wish that on anybody, man. And on top of that, the sentimental value the car had, and you know, it was like, man, I can't even, like, even thinking about it now, just that feeling that came over us, man, it's something I don't wish on anybody, man. Like, it sucked. It
Hey,
sucked, and that's putting it
it's
lightly.
a fucking plague, man, with the Honda community, man, because
It's no respect, man. At the
it,
end of the day, you know,
that's pretty
it's
much what
just,
happens. I hate to say it, man, but amongst the Honda crowd, man, you got so many shitbags that, and especially in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, you got guys that'll literally be running stolen parts, and it's like, fuck you.
oh,
You
yeah.
know, I got the parts now, yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just
Yeah.
like to get out of the game. And I mean, the guy who stole it, it's crazy. Is that he actually? We met him briefly. Like I took my Mustang maybe like a month or so before to go testing in Orlando, and I had a nitrous backfire on my car, and I blew a coupler off. And he actually lent us a coupler. I didn't know he was a thief at the time. I didn't know who he was. He just like, hey, you need, he let us borrow a coupler, and that was that. And so, I mean, like I said, the guy who stole it, is like it was like Orlando's worst kept secret. Like everybody, within 10 minutes of the car making us like a Facebook or social media that the car was stolen in a trailer, like the same names just kept coming up. It was like everybody knew about these people, but like they were like okay with it. I don't know what it was, but like they were very well known in the community up there in Orlando, especially who they were,
In
and
all
that's the worst
forms,
part.
not just Honda, the Honda community, but all forms of racing, man. It's just everybody
Hmm.
knows that one person where they're not gonna say nothing and they know he's a scumbag, but they're cool with him.
And
So
the problem is that it's not just one person.
yeah,
It's all the people that know about them and they do business with them, and they know who they are, and they're still racing now,
that's a
and
message to all you fuckers, whoever you are. We know who you are,
yeah, we know,
you
and we
pieces
still
of
know who we
shit.
are. We still know who we are. Like at the end of
Yeah,
the day, like it doesn't, it is what it is, dude. I mean, you know what? It all comes back around, dude. That's for sure. I can tell you that no matter what, man. There's no such thing as easy money, and that shit comes back around, dude.
well,
So.
out of all the stuff that basically, because they took the whole trailer, what would you say
Mhm.
percentage wise was recovered?
Maybe 30%, if that, and that's probably being generous. I mean, not a lot, not a lot at all. I mean, the whole long. I can tell you like the expensive shit. Everything's expensive. I mean, you know that in these cars,
Hey,
there's nothing. Everything comes
not
five
only
hundred
that, it's the
thousand dollars.
fabrication that you guys put into that car that you're never gonna get back, man. It's
Yeah, 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 but I mean, the big shit like the long block, the PPG, the transmission, the turbo kit. That stuff is still missing. Like we never recovered that stuff. We got dumb shit back, like like intercooler and small stuff, man. A fuel pump, like marginal stuff, man. But the
accessories.
very, yeah, 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 nothing, bro, nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was nice to get it back. But the big stuff, like the engine, where the money's at, the transmission, an $8,000 transmission, with a carbon tilting, that stuff,
Yeah,
we never recovered it. That stuff is still out there, and I wouldn't be surprised on some
it's
of
in
the race
another
cars out
car.
there. Yeah, and I know it. I'm sure it is. That stuff doesn't disappear into thin air. So I mean,
And also, the engine's gonna
we're
be
not.
Joe
Look,
Schmo running it.
at the end of the day, we're not stupid, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it is what it is. That's
Well,
just one of those things that the harsh reality.
well, you guys, the car got stolen. You got your old copper hatch back.
Yeah.
Lead us into that. How that worked out.
I sold that car back in the day. I used to drive Damien's white car, and then I had the orange car, which is known as the Carrot, the EG that I put together, and I used to run that. That was a street car. So the way you saw it, like on the track, that's how I drove it on the street, with wide body on a big tire. I built that car to fuck the shit on the street, like just to fucking go fast on the street.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a track car. I mean, we took it to the track and went 960 and a 62 millimeter turbo back then, which was a pretty good accomplishment on a Honda, whatever. It was great. I was happy about that. But essentially, it was a street car. Um, I ended up, like with everything, I lose interest pretty quickly. So I ended
I
up
see,
finding
man. You go
out.
through cars. You change yours like underwear, man.
Yeah, I'm always I'm always looking for a new project, or I just get these stupid ideas and
You gotta go with
I
it,
don't know.
right?
I just go with it, man. I can't be bored, man. Like I tried not to go off on another subject, but I try to keep myself occupied. Like, all right, I'm gonna get out of cars, and then I started racing Banshees, and then that got boring, and I was like, I'm gonna get back into cars. Like the Banshees kind of held me off for like maybe 8 months, but like after that, it's just like man, I've already come to terms that I gotta have something to fucking dick around with. So whatever. So I parted out the Carrot and I sold it to a guy locally here in Broward, and he kept the car. Fast forward 3-4 years, he basically just didn't. I guess he lost interest in the car and he didn't finish it. So when the car got stolen, I knew he had the car still, and I contacted him and said, "Hey man, would you be interested in selling the car back to us?" and we worked out a deal and ended up getting it back. And I mean, it was kind of like a homecoming for the car. And
Gotcha.
we were pretty excited because Damien said if we're gonna build any car back, it would be that one. I mean,
Yeah.
he knew how clean the car was, and he helped me put that car together as well. So we already knew the history of the car, so we were like more than comfortable buying that car back.
Yeah.
And so we put it together in pretty a short time. A lot of people, I mean, a fuck ton of people in the community, man, stepped up and helped us putting that car together and with parts. And man, like, you wouldn't believe the outreach we got just from people helping us out, man. I mean, it's numerous, man. I mean, I can't say them all now. I mean, I'll leave that up to Damien, but like, I mean, there's a lot of stand-up people in this community, man, and they stepped up, bro. And when we fell on our ass, man, I mean, there was a point where it was just like, should we get back into this, And a lot of people reached out to Damien, and he made it happen, bro. And we got it back together, and we debuted it at VMAX, and I think we were third pass, and then suspension broke or failed, and I was back into the wall, And that car, we thought initially it wasn't that bad because whatever, like, we can fix it, but when we put it up on the rack, it was pretty twisted, man. It wasn't worth saving, unfortunately, and that sucked, man, because that was more cars with sentimental value. I was just like, damn, when does it end? So
Now that car did it differentiate from the setup that you had in the EK? Did you have a 2.4 in the EK or 2.0?
No, it was basically the same setup as the EK.
I just want to shout out the sore spot for that picture there. I don't want them to
Yeah.
think I'm biting on that, but I just threw up a shot of the Z-Max crash.
Yeah. I mean, that one didn't hurt as much as the Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mustang one really hurt, but whatever. But it was the same setup, just everything was new because we didn't have anything to start with, really. Like, I think the only thing we had to start with that we recovered was like an intercooler, like the fuel pump, just like small shit, man, like stuff, nothing crazy. We recovered the Motex, which is a great plus, but no, a new wire harness.
New harness had to be shed on it.
Everything had to be redone, man. New PPG, all this stuff. So it was the same setup as far as on paper, but like it was all new stuff.
Yeah.
So, and
You got to dial it back in. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and that's why, like, this weekend, man, like, yeah, we didn't go the fastest. We went fast. Like, we went the fastest we've ever done for us. But it's a success for us because, I mean, considering, man, we haven't had no data. We haven't had, like, I haven't had a clean pass. Even at VMAX, the car was a nightmare because the track wasn't working. We were just figuring out the car. Like, we just finished putting it together. It was, it was just like, it wasn't an ideal situation for trying to, like, compete. And then we hit the wall, so, we didn't get any data from that. The data from the EK, I mean, when the EK got stolen, we recently put it on the Motec ECU.
Yeah.
And we were still learning it ourselves, and so from an AEM, so, T1 was helping us out with the tuning and, all that stuff too, but it was a learning curve we were going through. And then the car got stolen, so, there goes that. And then the car, the carrier on the third pass crashed. So it goes that, so we have no data. And then, and I got to give it to Damien, man. He didn't give up, dude. And then we ended up making a deal with Sheepy. We bought Sheepy's old Integra and put that together. And then
So the copper Integra that you guys have now is Sheepy's
Sheepy's
Okay, all right. I thought that car was still
Right.
running around Cali.
No, that Sheepy's old car, it's blue under that wrap.
Okay.
So, whatever. So we went out, we did the Integra again. I think that car was built like in 4 or 5 months. I mean, we put all these cigars together within a year. And we were getting it ready for World Cup and last year. And first pass out went a 9.0 or something like that. And second pass out went 870s, which was great. And we did like one last hit, and then, no, I'm sorry. The first full pass was at 870. And then the last pass, which was a 9.0, which is okay, whatever. We had some stuff to figure out. Everything went smooth, but when I hit the chute, it picked up the back of the car and pulled me towards the wall.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad at all. It just scraped the wall, and it kind of fucked up the quarter panel, and it moved over, like, the weight bar. So a lot of the stuff, like the intercooler and a lot of things are attached to that weight bar on the front. So it just tweaked a lot of stuff, and we just didn't have the time to fix it by a World Cup. So we win the World Cup, but we just went to, like, hang out and watch, and Bellic had a display, and it was fun. we will. Well, we have a car now. We're not going to miss World Cup. I mean, that's just a race to go to. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. So, when we got back, we talked about getting the car fixed, and I mean, I talked to Damien about it, and I was like, man, maybe it's just time to take a break for a little bit. I don't mean like permanently, but I think he needed that break too, and also catch up with business because we were so focused on getting these cars and all what was going on that
Well, he's got a tremendous business going on. For the people that don't know, Damien
yeah,
Boronto runs, how's it pronounced? Belak Industries?
Bellic,
Bellic Industries.
yeah,
And
Bellic Industries, and
for those of you that don't know, they have forged wheels, drag wheels, street wheels, cruisers, whatever you guys want to run, man. Check them out. Damien
yeah,
Boronto at Bellic Industries.
yeah, Bellic Industries, and he also TD Auto Works too. If you need a turbo or a wastegate or something too, or whatever, I mean, and he's been in an industry for a while, so his reputation precedes him, man. So it's you're in good hands.
Well, tell
But
us about the race, man. What happened down there that had you got? Because I'm watching the social media and I'm seeing that you were happy as shit, man. You were happy as a pig and shit down there.
this weekend, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was nice to just get back in the seat, dude, and just have a clean pass. I mean, we went testing last um, Wednesday. You there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. We went testing last Wednesday in Orlando because down here in West Palm is not open for testing on the off season, whatever that means. But
Okay.
so we made the trip up to Orlando, and we didn't do full passes, man. We just, like I said, I haven't driven the car since last uh, October before we hit the wall, and like that doesn't even count, really. I mean, so we haven't driven the car in over 6 months,
You dialed in the short
8 months.
track.
Yeah, and so we made a couple hits last Wednesday, and we just figured out a lot of bugs. That a good thing we went Wednesday, and we went back and we corrected them, and then we were like, all right, fuck it, like here we go, So Saturday when we made a hit and we went 880, first pass, we were ecstatic. The car was just smooth. We set up a strain gauge. We're using Chris Miller's his shifter cables now with the strain built into it. It works phenomenal. And it's the first time I'm straining it, so it's a little bit different. It's a little bit of a learning curve. But I mean, I did fine first pass on 880 at 167, letting off early. So I'll take that, And on top of that, I didn't hit the wall, so
How does it feel without?
that
How
was a
does?
success.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little reluctant to pull the chute. I'm not gonna lie, but I did it. And then second pass, we went a 69, and I got to give a big shout out to Abraham over at our Rated R Tuning, because he's been helping us out with the Motec now and set up the strain gauge, and at the track he gave us support. And the nicest guy you can ever meet, man. And he knows his shit, dude. Like that guy, very knowledgeable. You can tell he knows his stuff, man, just by talking to him. And it was just really good, just good to be out there, man. And the car stayed together, and it was that was considering what's our track record lately. That was a success for us, And yeah, we're not the fastest or whatever, but I mean, we went the fastest personal best ever in any of our cars. As far as the Hondas goes, I mean, fastest mile an hour, fastest ET. The car was consistent. Like it still needs work on the short track by a long shot. But I mean, considering, man, I mean, we're behind the ball, man, and that's the truth, man. You got people. We lost 2 years of racing, and it's progressed so much. So for us to be like, I think we qualified number 8. And it was a full field, I'll, in the middle of the pack, man. I'll take that any day, man. So for us, that's a successful weekend. Of course, we want to go faster. Of course, we want to win the event. I mean, that's always, that's the competitive spirit. That's part of the game. Like you just can't be stagnant and say, okay, I'm good with 60s, and just keep doing like I'm not like I'm for sure not. I'm not satisfied with that. We want to go faster, but considering, like I said, what's been going on and how much racing we haven't done, I mean, I'll take that. It's a good start. But I mean, let me tell you, man, those boys up there are fast, man. The Central Florida guys have really stepped up their game. The guys up north, I mean, it's awesome. And right now, I think Sport 411 Drive is something crazy right now, man. Because like this is like history in the making, man. It's nuts right now. People are flying, man. Like it's awesome to see this. Like,
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm trying to get a feel on everybody's situation. What do you think about all this event promotion beef? What's your look on it? Do
Honestly,
you have
man,
one?
I don't I don't choose sides, man. And
No,
it's
no,
not
not that.
because
But what's your view on it? How do you,
I think
how does it make you feel? What's your 2 cents on it?
my 2 cents on that is I don't know. There's three sides to a story. What happened, what someone says, what the other person says, and what really happened. What I did see was what everyone saw, which was upsetting, is like the pictures at the gate and stuff. Uh, that I mean, I don't agree with that at all, man. I mean, I think that's very unprofessional. Whether I mean, I saw the other video too of Javier saying that he wasn't there. So at the end of the day, like he represents that body, and if like if whether you approved it or not, like it was up there, and I don't know if anyone took it down or not. I wasn't there, man, so I really can't say whatever. But I really what I do hate Steve's is the vision of like now you got the HD guys, and then you got the other guys. Like I'm not sure like what's going on with that. Like I said, I mean, it would be unfair for me to like really put my opinion in that because I really don't know what's going on with that and why and what happened and how it turned into all this stuff. I've never had a problem with any of those sanctions personally, so like it'd be like I said unfair for me to like say anything because my experience has been a little bit different, you know.
Understood.
So I don't. It sucks, man. Like because there's a lot of fast cars, man, and like I said, man, right now it's crazy right now. Like everyone's going fast, man. Like I mean, if you look at that field, I mean, 60s and 50s. I mean, you can go with 50, dude, and that still probably wasn't fast enough,
Well,
Shit.
that's kind of like behind the scenes talk right now, without mentioning names. But you got a lot of guys that are like, it sucks because these guys are only running that set of events, and then you got these guys that are running these set of events, and it sucks because you got a lot of the competition that can't happen because those guys are at one event and the other guys are only going
Yeah,
to the other event. So now we're kind of
yeah,
like drawing a big divider in the middle of a, a class right now that has it's at the fullest it's ever been, the fastest it's ever been, and now we can't get the
yeah.
guys to basically unite and
Compete.
yeah and compete. This fucking blows, man. This hurts. I mean,
And
that's my opinion. And a lot of the stuff is allegedly.
I agree with
Yeah,
that. I agree with that because at the end of the day, I don't know about you, but I mean, look, here's the truth. Nobody usually remembers who wins the events. Nobody does. Everybody remembers who went fast, and everyone's gonna remember a good race. So like you got, there's fast cars that go to the HA events, and there's
yeah,
fast cars that are going to the other events. And just the division of competition, it sucks, man. Because and the worst part is that obviously these promotions are directly competing with each other, so they run on the same day. So it's not like you got one day you could run an HJ and the next day, whatever. And even then, if they could do that, a lot of these guys, some of these guys, and on the top of the field are banned from going to there, which I've never heard of.
yeah.
It sucks. It really sucks. I mean, I don't like I said, I don't want to like make. I don't know all the facts, and I don't want to make an opinion based on not knowing all the facts because it's unfair to all the parties. But I mean, it sucks. At the end of the day, it sucks because, like me, I like to compete. I like a challenge. Like fuck. I mean, it brings the best out of me. Like for example, here's a prime example. This weekend, I had to line up against Robert Maps, twice this weekend. During qualifying and during first round eliminations. He beat me both times, but I mean, I got him on the tree. But the reason I got him on the tree is because I'm like, fuck, I know this guy's fast on the tree. I gotta be on my A game, and that I love that shit, like that. I don't get that from testing. I don't get that from anything. Like, you're someone like it's friendly competition, and it's nothing. Maps is a fucking hell of a driver. He has my respect, like beyond, like what I'm saying. Like I know he's a driver.
It's funny because we had Maps on last week, and he was definitely going to be there, but he was unsure that he was going to be driving, and the opportunity just arose that, hey,
That guy could step in, like for me any day. Like just one of the guys that I rank up there, man, because he's a hell of a driver, dude. I will never take that away from him, And it's so lining up against him. Like I said, people like that brings the best out of me. Like I want that. I want that competition. I want that hunger. And we both do that. Like when he lines up against me, I'm sure he feels the same way. Like it's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like and. So seeing like a lot of those, badass drivers in cars and they're, not able to race against each other because
yeah,
of politics, it's bullshit. I mean, that's not what it's about. But I don't know what the solution is. So like I said, I'm not informed enough to know, like to make an educated opinion. I want to
Gotcha.
say so. I'd rather not really mention it.
Gotcha. Well, going back into the events, now
Yeah.
it kind of lit the match under your ass after racing this weekend. You guys are like, shit, man, we got something going here now.
Yeah. Oh,
What's gonna happen
absolutely.
now going forward?
Sometimes, man, you just need, it's not see light at the end of the tunnel because we know like, we don't, we know we have good shit on the car. We know it's not like we haven't taken any shortcuts on the car. We know we have what it takes to compete. It's just we don't have the seat. We didn't have the seat time, and like, man, the sport progresses so fast in 6 months. Imagine what happens in 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's what we were concerned about. So I mean, luckily Abraham was able to step aboard and bring a lot of that knowledge because he's got plenty of seat time. He's got plenty of the knowledge, and that really, I want to say that's one of the reasons we were able to be in the middle of the pack because we had a guy like that helping us out with the tune and setting up the car, the track, and all that stuff. Absolutely. I mean, that's why I have to give him the majority of the credit just because of him.
I was just gonna ask you, where do you think his help sits with where the car got so far?
What do you mean?
As
I
far
mean,
as
like
this week and getting the car back down, hot.
100%, 100% him. I mean, I'll always do my job. My job is to drive the car and keep it off the wall. But my job is to drive the car and cut good lights and stuff like that. I'll do my job. That's not my problem. We tune the car ourselves, like as far as on the dyno and the tune-up and all that stuff. But the track tuning, like, setting up the limiters and stuff like that, I mean, that stuff, like I said, we're behind the ball. And when Abraham, agreed to come aboard and, step up, and he really was, because of him, we were able to compete and not, like, fucking spend 3 or 4 passes trying to, figure out the car and make sure it works. I mean, he really, he took what we had and he really, put his touch on it, and it helped a lot, like immediately. Immediately the difference was there, and we're very grateful to that, because I mean, like I said, he knows his shit, and that was, it's awesome. It's someone in the community, he's got. It's not like he don't have cars to tune, man. I mean, shit, he's got the record, he's got the record now. He had it last year at World Cup. And, the guy knows his shit, and it was nice. He's just a very humble guy, man. I mean, awesome guy, dude. Like, he's, like, more than willing to step up, and, like this, I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about Abraham. He's just awesome.
So is Abraham a full-time part of the race program now?
I would say so, man. I would say so, man. I mean, he's gonna help us out when we go up to Jersey. I mean, he pushes, like, hey, you guys need to come up to Jersey. Just coming up in 3 weeks. Make the trip, we're going to get this car to go, and I'm excited, man. I mean, we're excited. I mean, the car right now, we're going through everything right now as we speak to make sure she's ready, and it's nice to, like, get the juices going again. Like, hey, we got a race in 3 weeks, and we're actually going to, it's we haven't had that feeling in a long time, man. Like we're like, like just the race prep and
the anticipation.
It's don't get me wrong, it's kind of a hassle, the late nights and.
Going through the whole rundown.
Yeah, but whatever. It's like getting back in shape, getting ready for a fight.
Getting ready for a big heavyweight.
Training and shit, man. So that's why and I was worried. I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, I've driven cars since the car got stolen and stuff, but I mean, I was a little worried about myself. I was like, man, I gotta make sure I can cut lights and shit. And the first guy I gotta line up against is fucking Robert Maps. So I'm like, God damn it, like. Well, here we go, so... He
laid the smack on you with the tree, huh?
No, I got him with the tree. Yeah, I mean, he came up to me after. I mean, he's a stand-up guy, too, man, and he's like, dude, it's not like he won the race both times. I think the first time he went, I think I went an 80, and he went like a 70. I got him on the tree, but I lost the race. And then in the first round of eliminations, I went... I think he went to 80 again, and I think he went to 50. And I got him the tree, but whatever. But he still was, like, disappointed because I know he probably, all drivers mostly, not only, driving car and shifting fast, but, I mean, most of those races, like now, and if you look at that qualifying ladder, those races are won at the light, and on top of that, we take a lot of pride in that stuff, man. And I know Matt does too, so, Now he's calling me like the soul collector because he said I took his soul twice. So, but I mean, it's awesome, man. It's just really awesome to be back out there and just seeing a lot of old friends and hanging out and just fucking yeah, it was hot as shit, but whatever, man. We were happy to be out there, man, and actually, we were just happy, man. It was a great weekend as far as that goes, man. Just being smooth and car drove back into the trailer under its own power, and all the paint's still there. So,
Car feels good.
car feels good, man. It was straight. I'm still a little shaky on that the parachute. I mean, I try not to use it to the very, very end, but whatever. Some people are like, oh, just use the brakes and stuff, but I mean, I don't know. That Orlando is a very short shutdown, so Maryland, I could get away with not using the chute, but like I said, man, we were happy, dude. We were really happy, and we're gonna work on the short times now, and hopefully get those ETs down, man. That's the whole, and be competitive, man. And always the big races, World Cup, man. That's always in the end of the year on our calendars. Is like that's the big boy right there, man. And hopefully it treats us good, man. Because I mean, I'll be quite honest, man. When we travel, like whatever it is, our luck stops at the state line at Florida Georgia line. Our luck stops there, man. Because we don't have good luck when we travel, dude. I mean, we've gone to Jersey and literally made one pass and watched the rest of the event. It's been rough when we had the EK.
Damien better give San Lázaro a nice big bottle of rum before he leaves Florida next time.
Yeah. We're going to take him to the beach, and we're going to baptize him, and we're going to take the car to the beach, and we're going to baptize that too. And then we're going to take it to Buddha, and whatever, all the religions.
Rabbit foot in your back pocket and stand on one leg.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to wear the Jewish star, I'm going to wear a cross, I'm going to wear everything, bro. I'm going to have all that shit under my race seat, man, just to, But I mean, whatever. Like I said, we're just very grateful that after all the, all this stuff that's happened to us, that we're still in it, and we're like I said, we're very, very happy, man.
Well,
considering what's going on.
I brought up a shot of your daily driver there. Give us some insight, man. Talk to us, man, so the people know what you got. I put up a shot.
Prius?
No.
You got a picture of the Prius there? Yeah. That Prius gets 50 miles to the gallon, and that's my baby, bro.
Yeah. I got a picture of the Stang on there.
No, okay, yeah, that's my toys. Like remember I told you I had the Banshee and the EG and the Evo and the Supra and all these stupid cars that I throw my money at instead of buying a fucking boat. Well, something called up my ass too, and I had this idea like, man, what would be badass? A V8 like with 2 turbos. So I always liked that body, like the Cobra body style, the 2004 body style, and I found a nice chassis that I liked. It's got 30,000 miles original, one owner, and we put an LS motor in it, twin 66 millimeter turbos. On a stock, I had a stock 4.8 in there, and it made like 820 to the wheels. Now it's got a built 5.3 by PRD racing engines, and it makes good power. I'm not going to say how much it makes, but it makes really good power. I'm happy about it. So
what's the intentions?
I'd like to get into sevens, man, and then drive it to 7, then drive it back home.
Go to 7-Eleven with it.
Yeah. We're doing some prep on that. We're gonna try to take it to the track in the next couple of weeks if all goes well. I got to re-gear the rear end and do V8 shit before it goes to the track, and then hopefully I don't have a cage in it as of yet because I drive it around and stuff. So
well, the people that don't know you don't know the list of cars that you've had. Sorry, we lost a little bit of audio there for a second, but what I was saying is the people that don't know you don't know the long list of cars that you've had, other than the cars you talked about already.
Okay, you want me to go through the list?
You can go through. I got some shots here of some of the different cars here. I'll go backwards here with the Phony Pony, the last one that you had, not the one that you crashed.
The Phony Pony was the black one?
The black one, yeah.
Okay, yeah. The story behind that was you had the original one, which was like the burgundy one.
Yeah.
That actually belonged to a good friend of ours, Diego Hernandez. And then he sold the crash car, and we bought another roller. And I bought both of the cars off of him because he's now running another Fox body with a big block twin turbo. It makes stupid horsepower. They went 410 at Lights Out not too long ago. So it's a very fast drag radio car. So he's into that shit now. So I bought both of the Phony Ponies. I took all the parts, I hit the wall with that one too. So.
I got a shot of that. I'll put a shot of that up. So.
Yeah, we had a head gasket lift up on us and got some water in the tires and sent me into the wall. And You know, that one fucking hurt. That one, I still got back pain because of that one, but it's okay.
Well,
So
how hard did you hit the wall?
I hit the wall about 160, 165. So
You could see the
yeah,
driver's side strut
yeah, it was all in.
towers mashed
Yeah,
in.
it was. I mean, I remember everything. I didn't black out or anything like that. I was still trying to drive the car, and it had like one tire missing. But whatever. Yeah, yeah, I'm stupid like that. So
Turn left, go
whatever.
fast.
Yeah, man, tell me about it. So we took everything out of that car where we could salvage, and we put it into the black car. And the first car, I think it went a 7.9 or something like that on the drag radio, on the big drag radio. So we put the black car on a 275 Pro tire, and it went 760 at 167, I believe. That was letting off at the 1,000 foot. So
Gotcha.
it was a fast car, man. But then, whatever. I started a new business myself, which is Toyo Works Service Center. We do a bunch of Priuses. That's why I'm always posting Prius shit, because that's what pays my bills. And so I
You're
just
South Florida's hybrid specialist, right?
I am. I am. I am. Not to toot my own horn, but we're pretty good at what we do. And we opened the business in 2012, and we're growing beyond my wildest dreams. Like, it's a blessing, man. I'm really, really fortunate, to be doing as good as we are, especially, down here. So, I mean, whatever. So I had to focus more on the business, and then, like, with anything, I got an offer I couldn't refuse, and ended up selling the car. And then I bought an IS 300.
Now you sold it before you damaged it, right?
Yeah. Yes, I sold it. Right. No, I didn't get to hurt that one. So that car actually, with the new owner, I believe it's been 470s in the eighth already with the same setup we had in her. He changed some suspension stuff around, and I mean the car's fine. So with the 2JZ, so it was a nice combination, that's for sure.
I got a picture up of the IS that you had.
The IS, yes,
Yeah.
the IS. I bought that after the Mustang, because I just thought it would be kind of cool to have a four-door that makes a lot of power and maybe goes low eights. And then I finished it, and after I finished it, I just, I don't know, I lost interest. And then I sold that one, and then I bought the Mustang. This is like all in a 2-year span, by the way. So, so then I bought the newer Mustang, the white one now, and then we put a twin turbo LSX motor in it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, I'm not going back, man. I love this V8 shit. I'm really, really happy with it, man. It's cool stuff. Like, you know what? Even if it doesn't make as much power to 2J, it just sounds fucking badass.
Once
So,
you go LS, you don't go back.
that's what they say, man. I mean, fuck. If I go anywhere from here, it's gonna be bigger. I'll go to a big block or something stupid. But I mean, I love it, man. I mean, it's a different atmosphere, different everything, man. And I mean, fuck. Anything that has two turbos has got to be cool. So, But I was just, I mean, I do stuff to keep me bored, and when I'm not driving my car around, I'm riding my motorcycle, and that's about it.
What kind of bike you got?
I got a Harley Davidson Road Glide, an old man's bike.
Yeah, road glides are dope, man. A lot of guys.
I'm not into the fast bikes, dude. Mine's it's fast for what it is, man. It doesn't have a stock motor because I can't leave anything alone. But whatever, I'm not into the crotch rockets, man. It's not my thing. I'm into beating crotch rockets with cars. That's what I like doing. That's what gets my cookies. So, but yeah, man. I mean, it's cool. I mean, like I said, we're just happy to be where we're at now, man. And business is going great. The racing is going good so far. We're just
it's turning around. Things is turning around finally, right?
It's turning around, man. This year started off a little rough, man. But I gotta say, man, this might be one of the best years, ever. Like, it's just been, it's been good, man. It's been really good, man. I can't complain.
Well, what's gonna be the plans for ACO?
We're gonna go up there, man, and just fucking, throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. I don't know. Like, we're gonna prepare the car as good as we can, and hopefully continue where we started, man. I mean, get progressively faster is always the name of the game.
Because everybody's talking, they say, times, we want to go at times. Nobody looks at the fact, how about winning events? You got...
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that, winning the events. But, bro, you go to World Cup, who won? Who won, the Class 3 runner?
That's the thing. Everybody remembers the time. They don't remember who wins the event.
I remember Blue Magic laying down a number.
Yeah.
And then remember Ramey. That's what you remember. Nobody remembers who won that event. And that's, obviously, as a competitor, I want to win. I want to go fast. I want to win. I want to fucking cut perfect lights. I want everything to be perfect in my way, in my biased world. But it doesn't work that way. But as far as you can understand it, all these tuners and businesses make their livelihood off of this. Speed Factory, remember, Speed Factory, they win a lot of events, I'll give them that. But most of the time, you remember how fast they went, or that's how it is, man. And nowadays, it's not even like if you go fast, you might be the fucking big for a fucking week, and then you get knocked off by some other car out of nowhere. I mean,
Yeah,
look at Bobo out of nowhere, bro. That guy from Orlando, fucking runs a fucking 20 something, and is a fucking big dick just like that, bro. Like, and then Cookie Ting was there for a week. Like, it's crazy how progressive the sport is. Like I'm saying, like in a week, man, you're not the man anymore. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
but that's what people care about. customers. All of
And
us.
I gotta say that falls on these tuners and shop owners that have basically made it all about a number. How about winning a fucking event? I'm sorry, I gotta put that out there. My opinion.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
but last time I checked in the NHRA, you ain't shit with just a number. You can run one low number good, and the rest of the year you got no wins. You ain't shit.
Well,
So
with these big payouts now, like I think World Cup's gonna be $5,000.
yeah,
You got these really big payouts, so that motivates a lot of people, man. But yeah, I see what you mean. I would like to win the event too. If I can go a consistent, if I can go rounds and go 50s, that's fine with me, man. Yeah, if I can put up a number one round, that's great. But yeah, I would love to win the event over that.
it sucks. It sucks what I'm saying because I'm sure. Let me clarify myself because I know people don't understand where I'm going at it. In a sanctioning body, all right, like let's say NHRA, the NHRA drag series, all right, it's based on points, all right. Now the problem is with the series that we follow with Sport Compact Drag, it's not just one body. You're going from one event to the next event. Like, look, ACO this weekend is going to be one day Import Revival. The next day it's going to be IFO. So it's going to be
Yeah.
two different sanctioning bodies that whole weekend. So, that's. I'm happy. I'm glad we got the events, and more props to them guys that are doing the events. But
Yeah.
if there's no unification on it, it blows because.
But at the same time, it's not the sanctioning body's fault or the
No,
racers.
no, not at all. Not at all.
What
It's
it comes
just.
down to is it's like trends, like on
Yeah,
social media or anything. The customers, which are the people sharing the videos and posting up pictures and all that stuff, which are the consumers, are
exactly.
posting up. Okay, this guy went fucking 828 or whatever. He's the daddy. They're not
Exactly.
putting up, hey, this guy won IFO, fucking last weekend. But it's not. You can have you always have the winner, and you can have the guy with the fastest. Or if a record goes like in Orlando, Orlando's been that way. It's just who went the fastest. Yeah, I forget. Trapolini, he won the event this past weekend.
Not a, I
But
mean, very few people knew that because the only thing that they knew was that, and don't get me wrong, props to Hedgehog, but the only thing you heard was Blue Magic went
the
833.
60 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the
and
60 foot
140,
141.
141. Yeah.
Because that's not. And I'm sure Blue Magic and Abraham would love to win the event. They gave it, they were fucking close. But at the end of the day, that it's just it's a weird situation, man.
Yeah,
You know.
I agree, man. I agree. I'm right there with you. So, for the event promoters and for any of the event operators that are watching this, hey, time to put some light on the guys that are winning the events and going rounds, not just the guys that are making times because,
But they do that with money.
yeah,
At the end of the day, they can only do so much. But if the masses want to, like, if the masses, if Chapolin went a fucking 821 and won the event, then yeah, that'd be fucking badass. But he didn't. He won
that's
the
another
event.
guy too that I didn't really bring up, but how does that make you feel with him, man? He finally comes back, man. I believe this is his first event back out, and he
Yeah,
wins. After the big crash at
that
the
guy.
MIR.
That guy. I can't take nothing away from him. That guy. He wins a lot, and that's another guy too. That's a guy that he doesn't get talked about much. I don't know. Outside of Florida, but he wins a lot of races, man. He wins a lot of races. He's fast. His cars are always on point. They're very well put together. I mean, he's definitely up there. You know, as far as like he wins a lot, man. I mean, shit. Like I said, we've been out of racing for 2 years, dude, and it seems like every event his car is winning or one of his cars are winning. You know, so he does good. I mean, I was at World Cup when he crashed last year. It was ugly, man. I was up in the tower and I saw it happen. It was
Car
ugly.
flipped completely over on its side,
Dude,
man.
I'm telling you, I saw it from the tower, so I had a pretty good view. Like, I saw the car like flipping. It was ugly, man. Let me tell you that's you don't want to see that to happen to anybody,
No
especially
matter how
somebody
much protection a car has, it still puts you
that's scary,
on
dude.
edge.
I mean, my
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I know when I get in that seat that there's a good chance. Like people ask me, like, why do you keep getting back in? Maybe I'm stupid that way, but besides that, like I know I'm confident in my safety equipment. Besides that, but my fear is rolling over. Like, and what he did there was like that was ugly, you know.
Well,
That, that
talking about that,
hmm
same thing. It's like there's not really good video of it, but there was an amateur racer, a guy known in the Honda community from Texas. His name was Jason Lumpkin. I don't know if you've seen. He had the CRX that
Derek,
flipped over
yeah,
at
I
an
did
event.
see that.
And I
That was
mean,
really,
guy was. I think the car was like a 950 car, and he had a 6-point cage in it.
yeah,
You
yeah. I
know?
saw that. That was very unfortunate, man. I mean, that's 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 one of the reasons, like on my Mustang, for example, that if we take it to the track, we're probably just gonna do like short times and maybe eighth mile hits if I'm feeling froggy, but I'm not comfortable doing quarter miles. Not until I put a cage in there, a proper cage, because man, shit happens, dude. And look at that CRX, and I guess you think because like, oh, it's front wheel drive. I mean, I drive both cars. I drive rear drive and I drive front wheel drive. And rear drive, bro, it definitely commands a lot more respect, and it's shit can go wrong fast. A front wheel drive, you have a little bit more like you can get away with more shit, you know. So I mean, but still, I mean, this guy, I'm sure he didn't expect to fucking get into an accident like that, and and it was very unfortunate what happened to him, man. I mean, that was sad when I saw that, man.
Yeah, man.
It really,
Uh, may he rest in peace, man. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
I,
I mean,
I I don't know if I would have put myself out there with a, cars going 950 with a 6-point cage, man. I mean, from what I seen on the car, from what I heard, it's alleged that there was no window net. I mean, the safety really wasn't there. So, I mean,
yeah,
you gotta put in
you understand.
consideration on it.
I,
You know?
I understand, and I can see. I mean, all these rules are there not to take your money. They're there for a reason, for your safety. That's coming from a guy that's been through a couple, things and stuff. But I mean, at the same time, I can see the other side of that, where you can understand that a lot of this, and I'm sure you do, but a lot of this is amateur racing still. We're not, it's not like professional racing. There's only a few, even if you want to call them professional, that get close to that in our industry. So a lot of this stuff is grassroots, and these are cars that are being built in backyards and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times, it's just like, I can see like how a car maybe goes from a 10.0 and maybe it's switch a turbo or something, and all of a sudden they're going 60s and 50s, and it sucks. And the last thing you think about is a cage, or it just, man, it was just a perfect storm, man, and it sucks, man, because somebody died because of that, and
Yeah, it blows. Fucking blows.
it really blows, man. And I'm sure he's got a family, and it's just you never want to see that, man, especially in our community, because
Oh.
our community is very small. Everybody knows each other, so that stuff like that hurts.
Yeah, man. It's sad, man, because I see it a lot around here in the tri-state area, man. Now you got a couple of hundred different cars that are cut to shit, basically, much, and
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm guilty of it too, man.
uh,
My Supra went 828, and with no roll cage. I mean, I fucking drove it to South Beach the next day and had fucking alcohol and shit. I mean, I just fucking laid down 2 low 8-second passes, no cage, nothing, and it was a street car, and I didn't think nothing of it, bro. And you know, that shit could have went. That shit easily could have went sour real fast. So I mean, I can't I can see it happening because I'm guilty of it. I've done it quite a few times, dude. And at the end of the day, it sucks, man. It just
it's an
sucks
eye
that
opener. It's an eye opener.
it's an eye opener, absolutely. And then you know, adding whatever, man. Until it happens to you, bro, you think you're invincible, and that's the sad truth. You know, you
Uh,
can't get hurt till you get hurt. So it sucks. It really
yeah.
sucks.
Well,
So
going back to the car, man, I still got that shot up, man. Who did all that fabrication for you
on the Mustang,
on the white one?
we did it. Angel who works for Damien at TD Auto Works, Cake's Fab Engineering. He did all the fab in house over at TD. The guy's a fucking badass. He's formerly he used to be at Race Lab. They put together that MR2 with the K swap, the white one.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's the one that did all the fabrication on that car, and he's now working over at TD, and so he naturally I had him do my car, and I mean he came out badass. The guy, it would have never looked that nice if he didn't do it. He just
For the people that don't know, you can look it up on YouTube. There's probably a couple of million views on the different videos. I think 1320 video has a video up with what is it? Street the MR2.
that was at FL2K.
Yeah, it's
That was like that was a while back. I think the car was green back then.
Yeah.
And then now it's white. And then not the black one that's running around from New Orleans or something. But the original K swap MR2 was he put that that was one of his kids, and he did all the fat work on that. I mean he's a genius when it comes to stuff like that. I mean
I gotta say he lit the match because now I know in New York I could tell you three different MR2s that got K20s in them right now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good, man. I mean it's a badass platform. I mean the car's fucking fast as shit. I mean it's still running now and it makes.
You know how it is, man. People see shit on the internet and it starts to fade out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I think he was driving it around yesterday actually, and it's a badass car. It makes a fuck ton of power now. It's a monster, So whatever. He's over at Damien's now, and I just bought him the car. I bought the engine. I said, all I want to do is when I walk up to my car, I want to see the turbos. So whether you put them in the grill or you put them behind the bumper, like where the fog lights go.
I think I got a shot. I think I got a shot of how they're mounted there. Well, they're right behind the bumper, right?
They're behind on the Cobra where the fog lights go. Well, instead of fog lights, I have turbos.
Yeah, there we go. Hold on. There you go. I got a nice shot of it up.
Yeah, I'll show you some pictures there.
That's badass.
So I mean, he did a fantastic job of it, man. He made the radiator support upper and lower. He did all the fabric. He made the mounts for the turbos. I mean, it just came out awesome, man. Like perfect, like beyond my imagination. So, he's just good at what he does, man. And it was worth it. And I told him, I said, bro, you know what? I don't care if it's slow. It looks good. So, but I'm really happy with how it came out. I mean, I don't keep anything for a long time, but I might keep this one for a while. We'll see. I mean, I've had a couple of people that want to buy it already, but I'm gonna hang on to it.
Gotcha.
But it's a cool car. It's definitely a cool car. It's got a radio. I drive with my kids to the keys in it. Dude, it's awesome, man. It's got power windows. It's just a great car, man.
Cruising back and forth, huh?
Yeah, it got Bluetooth and shit. So, it's cool.
Shit,
it's
man.
a cool car. So, yeah, man.
Yo, Josh, man, we had you going for an hour already, man. If you want to keep going, it's cool.
Yeah, I got 19%, so I got a little bit more time. You want to ask questions or whatever.
Josue in the chat box was asking you why did the car cut off? It sounded like it cut off this past weekend. After second.
Oh, okay. So when I raced maps, the car was a little low on the front. The diaper was like hanging, so it was tripping the beams. So when I was actually trying to stage, I went too far forward, so they backed me out of the light and put me back in it. So it kind of threw me off my game. So when we came out, and I wanted to go throw second, now the car's being strained, it has a strain gauge in it. I clutched it by accident, first to second. So the car kind of dipped down and then came back up, and after that I strained it the rest of the way. So it had a delay. I don't want to say that's the reason we lost the race, but it didn't help.
So when you're straining, are you on or off the pedal the whole time, or between gears?
No,
or?
The purpose of the strain is it cuts power, so you can shift gears without using the clutch.
Gotcha.
So
it's full thrust.
It's just you just pull a lever back and it goes into gear. It cuts it enough time, so like it just goes right in. This is the first weekend we use it. We've had like I said, we're running a CMR, the cables from Chris Miller Racing, and I mean they work awesome, dude. And this is the first weekend we do it, so the only time you clutch it is when you launch. Then after that, you just pull the lever, and normally you clutch. Obviously you clutch the you clutch it when you're shifting. So I kind of panicked, and I clutched it from first to second. And once you have a car set up for strain and you clutch it kind of throws everything off. So
you guys run the K-tune shifter, right?
yes.
Now, I haven't seen yet in action. I haven't seen anybody running the Skunk 2 shifter.
Oh, the ratchet shifter.
Yeah.
I've only seen it on the internet. I haven't seen like someone in person. So I'm not sure. I'm not saying they're not out there or they're not good or not. I haven't personally seen one. I don't know who has one. As far as K swaps, I mean, I think Reynolds is running a K-tune. Campos, Miller. I don't know anybody running the ratchet. I'm not as far as personally. I haven't seen anyone do it. It'd be badass though. I mean, then maybe they make you drive the car. But But I mean,
It's kind of dope, man. It gives it a feeling like it feels like you got a clutchless tranny in it.
It's cool, but it's nothing like a power glide.
Big...
man, let me tell you something. Look, driving a front-wheel drive car, a high horsepower front-wheel drive car like this, you don't got time to do shit. All you can do is cut a light and shift all your fucking gears. Drive Edenbro when I drove my Mustang, it goes 186 and a quarter and goes mid sevens. I can let go of the trans brake. I look up. I can see my 60 foot. I can see my it's so I can look up at the board to see everything. It's so smooth, And then it's a different feel, man. Like it's just totally different, man.
It's a completely different experience.
It's a completely different experience. Front wheel drive, it's fun to drive, but I mean, there's nothing like the rush you get from driving a fast fucking rear wheel drive car. Like it's nothing like it, man. Until you hit the wall, then it sucks.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's that's part of the game, right?
You're going from torque to a car that's got to build torque.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I'm excited to see how this V8. So, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. We lost you for a minute.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I was getting a phone call. So, but yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool. Like I said, I'm really lucky, man. I get to play with all these toys and stuff, and I can't complain. I really can't.
Well,
so.
We want to see you do good, man. We're going to see you when you come up to ACO. We're going to get some dope-ass footage with you. And
hopefully you bring some fucking Florida luck with us, dude, because I'll tell you, man, the other car was rough, dude. It was fucking rough, man. I'm hoping, whatever. It should be fun, man. It'll be just nice to travel again before World Cup and to see a lot of our friends and our up north friends. And like I said, man, a lot of our friends are also going to be at the HA event, so it sucks, dude, because, the division sucks, dude, like you were saying. It's unfortunate, but it is.
I hope the guys that watch this kind of understand that there's got to be a point where you can meet each other and say, all right, look, I'll meet you halfway. You know what I mean? Something's got to happen, man. I mean, it sucks, man.
I don't think it's the guys. The race.
No. I'm speaking generally in promotion-wise. I mean, listen, it's like you said. There's three sides to every story, and somebody's got to meet each other halfway and say, look, there's got to be a compromisation here, and we can get through this together. Because listen, at the end of the day, you're only hurting the whole sport. It's not yourself that you're benefiting. You're hurting the whole sport. Think about it, that you're affecting a whole assembly of people. So,
I mean, unfortunately, as long as money's involved, there's always going to be a problem.
Yeah, man, it fucking blows, bro.
That's what it comes out to. It's money and personal shit. Well, business is business.
I hope they remember. Yeah, well, I really hope they remember that at the end of the day, why we all got started with this is because we love this, and we just want to see the competition, man.
Yeah, and we're not getting any younger, man. So no, I'm not. So I mean, like I said, right now, Sport 4-wheel drive is the fucking. It sucks because yes, it's gotten very expensive to compete in it, man. But right now, it's in its prime, baby. Like it's fucking. It's
never been faster. Never been faster right now.
World Cup is gonna be fucking out of this world, dude. That's gonna be fucking nuts, dude. Like it's gonna be, like I don't know what it is about that event that everybody just fucking. I know the track's badass. I know the fucking conditions are badass, but bro, like it's just from fucking October to November. It's just everybody brings their A game, dude, and then some. And
well, think about it. I mean, the import right now, the sport front wheel drive cars that are in it right now, pretty much are gonna. if they were to go in right now, they're gonna pretty much dominate the 850, 840 V8. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what I'm really excited about is I think Canoe's car is coming for World Cup.
Allegedly. There's
Allegedly.
yeah.
And
You
I want to
gotta.
see that car in person, dude. I'm more excited. I'd be more excited to see that thing than anything, man. That car, you know, that, I want to see
We
that
will
thing in
be
person.
down there. Gas House TV will be there, and we
I'll
will
see you
be
there,
in the
man.
house.
And hopefully, we're talking about how many events we've won since now to
Yeah.
and how many records we've fucking destroyed and shit, you know. So, we'll do another interview there, or hopefully we're not talking about broken hearts and broken hearts.
Yeah.
So,
The other
you know,
side of the coin too, man, with Canoe is that pack performance, man. Them guys are coming all the way from Australia.
yeah, that's true. I mean, like I said, Jason Miller puts on a phenomenal event, man, and that guy knows how to promote an event. That guy knows how to run.
I
Like,
gotta assume that if those guys are gonna be in Orlando, because they're confirmed in Orlando, they're definitely going to the world.
dude, you already, yeah. If you're on this side
Uh,
of the pond, you might as well make your,
I mean,
make your.
the shit that happens pretty much is gonna go down in import versus domestic over there.
Yeah, but I
So
mean, I mean, like I said, we've been real fortunate, man, that Orlando, that track has really stepped his game up. I mean, we don't have to go to Maryland anymore to go out for records. We got it in our backyard now. We're lucky now. Where, before you had to wait to that, for a World Cup for those conditions. I mean, we get those conditions down here now. The track prep in Orlando is ridiculous. I mean, those. So I got to give a big thanks to the prep over at Orlando Speedway, because whatever they're doing, man. I mean, actually, the last pass on Sunday, we did a test hit after we got eliminated, and Damien was lining me up into the lanes, and he literally almost fell over because the shoe was stuck
yeah.
into the lane, into the beam. It was funny. Like I was like, I'm about to line up and make a pass, and I'm laughing my ass off inside the fucking crowd. But I mean, they're doing the track practice in Orlando is it's awesome, dude. Like I said, like we're very fortunate. I mean, and you see a lot of the records are falling down
You
in
think?
Orlando.
Well, I was just gonna say, you think that's why he had a 141 60 foot?
The track, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we knew the cars were going to go fast, but it wasn't. Once Orlando, they do a lot of events at nighttime, so the conditions are a lot better. Once that track cools down, like around 7 o'clock, and that's when you saw once the sun went down, you saw everyone started flying because the track just works. I mean, any track in the heat is not ideal, But
Well, there's a car. There's a car up here. I'm not gonna say who it is. You probably know who I'm talking about though, and I guarantee at one point or another he may or may not go into the 130s on the 60 foots, and it's aided. He's aided. Um, Nobody's saying anything now because he hasn't got to that point yet. He's had some pretty shitty things because I guess he's getting it tuned. He's trying to dial it in, but what do you think's going to be when he ends up hitting a 130?
man,
I
that's
don't
gonna be
know.
crazy.
I don't know if you do. I mean, I'm not gonna. You don't have to say. I don't want to
I'm
say
not,
who
yeah,
it is, but I
I
don't
have an
know.
idea, but I'm not
Yeah,
saying.
but the car pretty much. You know what I mean? It seesaws at the line, and it's an aided
Yeah.
suspension. So
Oh, I know what you're talking
yeah, I
about.
mean, what do you think's gonna happen there when he goes into the 130s? Because he's done
When
this shit before. He's known for doing this. For back when Brian Ballard was still racing, he's this guy's been venturing into uh, torsion bars and all kind of things. I mean, and I got to give it to him, man. He always is trying to figure out some new shit that
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, once he figures it out, it's gonna be monkey see, monkey do. That's just what it is.
You think it's just going to
Uh,
be a flood of people trying to follow and jump
of course,
aboard, or
I would imagine most people that are doing stuff in this day and age are doing it also to maybe make some money. And I'm sure I'm not saying he's doing it to make money. Obviously, he's trying to get ahead of the bar, but I mean, obviously, if he can offer, I'm not sure, but I mean, I see it a different way. Like if I can benefit from it, why not? That's usually what happens. Monkey see, monkey do in this industry, like the NFL. Everyone starts fucking doing the wildcat, or start doing this. The NBA, everyone starts going small and fucking small ball.
becomes an offensive game instead of taking away the
Exactly.
penalties and can't
It's
hand
just
check nobody
you
no
gotta
more.
follow, you gotta follow success. So if this guy starts cutting a 1.3 something 60 foot consistently, Like everyone's gonna try to obviously follow the same path. So that's the only way to go to progress. You're not gonna try to go slower.
Well, it's
So
like
yeah,
the lean kit now. Do you think it's like kind of like mandatory now that if you got a K swap in the car and you're drag racing, it's mandatory you got to go with the lean
I
kit?
don't I don't think so. I mean,
Because
it's
I'll tell you straight up, I was against it as far as it being considered as part of the street classes because that wasn't. I'm getting off topic here, but my
yeah,
argument with that was I always told people that if you had a lean kit on it, which is the gangster lean, or you're changing basically the degree of the motor,
yeah.
it's not in the factory position of where it was. And a lot of the rule books that had, it's just like across the board with all sanctioning bodies, there is a certain amount of degree that a motor is allowed to be leaned in a direction because it creates a benefit as far as traction on cars. So
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of I didn't agree with it as first being allowed into the street form, but there's so many guys now that would have to change so much shit to revert back to stock mounts. It'd be
I
pointless.
think it's I think it's okay, but I think it's marginal to the point that if everyone didn't have a link kit, it'd still be running the same times. Because I mean those fucking the B series guys are going just as fast as
That's why I said, I mean, if I saw it being a big benefit that it affected times or mile an hour or something that was so big of a margin, then I'd
yeah.
have a problem with it. But
I mean,
it
we
hasn't
ran
really.
it this time because why not? Because Norris stepped up and helped us all mounts. But if we're gonna put like regular mounts back in it, I mean the EK hat wasn't lean, and it was cutting 1/4 60 foot too, like high 1/4s, also on a small tire. We didn't we didn't, there wasn't like a big benefit. It just kind of looks cool and you can run a manifold. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But
that's pretty much the biggest benefit out of the whole thing is the amount of clearance that you have with everything.
yeah, I mean that's one of the, like in the back of the motor.
Yeah.
Um, Honestly, bro, I don't think it makes a big difference as far as like a huge advantage. I think it's just like I said, monkey see, monkey do. When that's just how it is.
Yeah.
If someone starts running a fucking banana for a fucking rear suspension and it starts fucking going 1/360 foots, everyone's gonna run bananas in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just how it is, bro. If somebody finds out, like it's just like when all the comp turbos came out, they go fast, and everyone's putting comp turbos
Everybody
on,
went to comp turbos.
and they find out it actually slows you down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's just one of those things, bro. It's a copycat league, bro. Just like the NBA, just like the NFL. And that's okay because that's just how you want to try to get every advantage you can. It's just trends, man. Like anything, like like internet fucking trends. You got fucking planking and all that stupid shit. Same thing goes for fucking racing and any kind of competition. You got something. You see one guy, oh fuck, he's got a fucking, I don't know, he's got a fucking grape in his fucking steering wheel. I gotta get one too, because it made him go faster, cut it better. Dude, it's just how it is, man. It's just how it is, man. So I mean, if this guy figures out and starts going 1/3 something 60 foot with his suspension, then and he, someone's gonna figure it out, bro, because everyone talks. It's no secrets here, man.
Yeah.
Mostly. So everyone talks, and it'll come around, and whether it's now or next year or whatever. But hopefully he can do it to his benefit and make some money out of it. Because I mean, the way I see it, if I'm putting my time into something and I figure something out like nice, I would like to make a couple bucks off of it. But that's just my mentality.
Yeah.
To some things, But I mean, I got kids to feed and shit. You know?
You ain't giving no info out if it ain't benefiting, right?
Yeah, exactly. But whatever. But I mean, that's cool, man. It's just the way it goes, man. It's just simply just the way it goes. That's all it is. But yeah.
Well, Josh, I appreciate it, man.
Thanks
Good
for
luck.
having me on, man. I appreciate it.
I hope from here nothing happens, man. I hope it's just smooth sailing.
Well, I hope a lot of good shit happens.
Good luck, man. I
Yeah.
really, I'm telling you, I really don't want to hear nothing bad out of you guys, man.
No, man. I think, like I said, I think the tail end of the year is gonna be great, man. I mean, everything's good right now, man. Life is good, business is good, kids are good. I mean, I'm happy, man. I'm extremely happy where everything's at right now for me and my business and my friends. Just seeing everyone being successful around me, it's something fantastic, bro. Like, and it's just, it's a good time right now, man. I gotta say,
Nothing but good luck and good health to all of you, man.
Yeah, and like I said, big shout out to TD Auto Works, Bellic Industries, Toyota Works Service Center. Yeah, we fix Priuses, but if you need something with your Prius or Toyota, just come, come say hi if you're in Miami, Florida, or they need a fucking Yelp review or something, dude. I can do something with that, you know. But I appreciate everybody out there and tuning in tonight, and thanks for having me on, man. I'm very grateful, man. And like I said, you know, uh, life is good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, man. You have a good night.
We'll look forward to getting some good coverage with you. So we'll see you
Yeah,
soon.
and World Cup, we'll do this in the pits and shit. Hopefully, I'm not too drunk, but you know,
Don't worry, man.
we'll interview again, man, and I'll give you, I'll give you a beer. I stopped drinking beer. I'll give you some alcohol.
We'll see. We'll see you in Echo, man.
All right, brother.
All right, Josh Echavarria of TD Auto Works, Bellic Industries.
All right, buddy.
Later, man. Well, you heard it direct from the horse's mouth tonight, man. A lot of stuff we talked about, a lot of issues, man. They're just trying to bounce their way back from just being down on their feet, man. I really hope for the future, man, that whatever they have, it works out for them, and they go really fucking fast this year. So, ACO going forward, we might be seeing some cars going into the 20s. Couple of more cars dipping down into the 20s. So, let's see, man. Hopefully it's a big turnout. You got a lot of guys in the Northeast that haven't been showing up to events. You know exactly who you are. I hope we see you there. Let's see what happens, man. June 11th, June 12th. June 11th is Import Revival. June 12th, Import Face Off. So get your shit ready. We'll see you guys out there. Don't come with no bullshit. Gas House TV. Make sure you like and subscribe us. Please like and subscribe the channel on YouTube. All right. So, all right, man. We'll see you guys next week. You know the time. Peace.